From the back cover, find your way through the labyrinth of Greek mythology. Pick a path through the twists and turns of winding tracks amongst gods, heroes, fantastic creatures, and extraordinary events. Meet Heracles and the Argonauts, the Minotaur and the Cyclops, Sisyphus, Odysseus, and beautiful Helen. Visit the Olympic Games, a Greek theatre, and the Athenian Acropolis. Lose yourself in this book to find yourself in the Greece of thousands of years ago. Hi, Bennykins Burdettykins here with another picture book review. This time of Greek Myths and Mazes by Bajtlik. And please do pardon my pronunciation. My brother and his family were visiting for Christmas, and my 8-year-old nephew saw this book sitting on my shelf. I saw his face when he saw the book. It was like he was in a trance. He was looking up at the book with an expression of wonder, like he just had to find out what this was all about. I remember back to being a kid. Everything was new, which was both exciting and confusing, which was sometimes fun with the possibility of discovery around every corner, or sometimes scary with the potential of danger and disapproval, which was not fun. When things are confusing and unfamiliar, it is like a maze. And for me, Greek mythology has often felt confusing, and yet I feel the traces of the ancient Greeks all around us, still, with expressions like Pandora's box, Icarus's flight, Achilles' heel, and more. But then trying to remember which character is which god is connected to which story, and how it all ties together, it's easy to get lost. Which is why I think this is such a great idea for a book. I can explore a maze-like topic through a literal maze. If I get lost, it's not because I'm not good enough to understand the topic, the confusing topic. It's because I'm in a maze, and mazes can be very fun, especially these beautifully illustrated ones. I love this book. What more could my inner kid want? Greek mythology and mazes. Amazing! This book is unique. It's an original idea. It captures my sense of curiosity. It gives me something to play with. The feel of this edition is beautiful too. The binding is top-notch, the colors are bright and brilliant. It's a substantial size, and it's all very well put together. This book takes us on a journey. Well, many journeys actually. There's at least 24 substantial mazes. And I suspect there might be more hidden ones that I'm yet to discover. The illustrations are mesmerizing. They're inspired by ancient Greek vases, frescoes, and statues found in museum collections, such as in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, and in several other museums. The mazes are double spread, one over 2 pages. They're exquisitely detailed. They have a very striking design language, which is highly engaging. This book feels like a labor of love. The mazes have strewn amongst them characters from Greek mythology with short captions, and often the characters and creatures are illustrated in clever ways, doing things that describe their stories. This is visual storytelling at its best. At the back of the book, there are short explanations for each of the mazes. They're accessible, readable, and interesting, which is quite an achievement. And they're visually presented in a way that it makes me feel like I'm an adventurous archaeologist, discovering something wonderful, something very special. And it's got one of my favorite things. It's got a bestiary, which is an encyclopedia with little pictures and descriptions of each of the mythical creatures found within the mazes. I majored in history and believe in the significance of learning about our past, but I often feel great concern about how history is introduced to new learners. It can be so off-putting and dull. The past is like a foreign land. It is like a maze. What means what seems all muddled. Significant characters, beliefs, values, perspectives all change a little bit, or a lot, over time. And when we travel back to explore our ancient past, it is quite a quest to unravel all the assumptions that we take with us. It's a labyrinth. The stories of the past are rich, fascinating, full of tension, tragedy, and romance. So why are they so often written and presented like a bad electronics manual from the 90s? A history book's grammar is usually very proper, but history books are worse than electronic manuals because you don't get the reward of the gadget. Usually it's just brain fog and a bad grade. Greek Myths and Mazes breaks the mold. It's playful, engrossing, accessible, and gets me hooked. I've always wanted to learn more about ancient Greek mythology, but the barrier to entry and the learning curve has been yuck. Greek Myths and Mazes takes us on a journey of amazing discovery. It pulls me in, and I find myself learning fascinating things without even trying. The mazes guide us through the stories. We travel to vibrantly illustrated places, being introduced to mythical heroes and the lives, homes, and cultures of the ancient Greeks. First published in English in 2019 by Walker Studio, Greek Myths and Mazes is a delight. There's no reason why learning can't be fun and engaging, and this book is a great example of how to introduce knowledge in creative ways to help bring understanding to a wider audience. I do find some of the mazes intimidating, but without the challenge, where's the fun? I love the illustrations. They really do evoke the style of ancient Greece. This book is playful. It's easy to enjoy. It takes what has often been a dry subject and makes it like a game. Some of the concepts presented by this book are confronting, but then some of the Greek myths are confronting to our modern sensibilities. In reading this book, some interesting questions might be prompted. This book does spark curiosity, and sometimes curiosity can be like Pandora's box, which was actually a jar, which this book illustrates. I wonder if you'll find Pandora when you explore the mazes. I love books that aren't just consumables, books that readers enjoy coming back to time and time again. Greek Myths and Mazes could easily become such a book for many readers, even in our current culture of distraction saturation. And with our daily labyrinths of attention-grabbing traps. Not that this video is one of those. No, definitely not. Definitely. The book seems like a simple concept, and the captions and explanations don't go into great detail, but there is hidden depth here. There's layers, and I love that. It really does spark curiosity, and I believe curiosity is a great positive motivator to fuel learning. Sometimes studying a new topic is painfully confusing. When I've been trapped in a maze of confusion, when I've been studying, When I've been studying something I find hard, to find a sense of curiosity, to get interested, it makes a world of difference to me. To feel like I've got permission to wonder, to ask why, to ask what does this mean, and to ask how does that work, and who matters here. It connects me to the topic. This curiosity carries me through confusion towards understanding a little more and a little more. It helps make learning into an adventure, into discovery, where one discovery leads to another, and another, and another. And somehow, boredom morphs into passion. Greek Myths and Mazes does this for me. For anyone looking to spark a little bit more curiosity and fun in the life of someone they love, or for in their own life, I highly recommend Greek Myths and Mazes by Bajtlik. After you have explored Greek Myths and Mazes, or if you already have, do let me know what you thought of it. What unexpected discoveries did you make? Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, you do know what to do. It really does help. Until next time, keep exploring.